I'm glad to be here with you and to present you this project. So, Križevci Solar Roof project is very, I would say, very well known in Europe, and I think that most of you already heard about the project. It was 5 years ago. As Sylvia said, we had a crowd investing, but it was a micro loan for a 10 period. So what we wanted to do is to show that citizens can and are willing to invest in public projects, public energy projects. So we had a solar power plant on a development center and technological park and on public library, so 2 of 30 kilowatts each. So to use local available resources and demonstrate that not only corporate investors will invest in such a project, that we can use citizens' finance for this. So the city didn't want to collect the money from citizens itself, so they needed to mediator. So the Green Energy Cooperative was a mediator between the city and the investors. And they didn't want to spread expand their membership, so they used microloans from citizens, so they are not a member of the cooperative. So every citizens in Croatia could invest in through microloan in this project, and they didn't need to be a member of the cooperative. So we had 93 citizens that invested in and collected 54,000 euros for these 2 power plants that were on public buildings owned by the city, and the users of the buildings and this electricity are also public entities in the ownership of the city. You can go to the next slide. So we involved lots of stakeholders because involving variety of stakeholders, local, national, and EU level was an indication that of the project's significance. When the citizens saw that Energy Cities is supporting this project, that Greenpeace is supporting this project, they were like, okay, that means something. This was the way to create also the trust on the citizens. So the main challenge was that we didn't have any legislation or alternative source of financing in public sector. So the mayor needed to be brave to go to in the project where there is no regulation. And we still don't have any regulation for crowd investing. And also, we didn't have any regulation in energy communities. That's the new ones. We have like 4 years now, the energy communities regulation, but it's very limited, and non-energy community is established in Croatia based on this regulation. So we didn't have any regulation, but we still did it because we find some hybrid model. It's also not an ESCO because ESCO is a very complicated, but this was a small scale project, so we didn't want to go with this complicated procedure on ESCO services. But in some way it is ESCO, but as I said, we did the hybrid. So I would say that main lessons learned was this community engagement. You need lots of stakeholders that will show the significance of the project. You need a very high involvement of the municipality because that is also showing the citizens that it's serious. And also you need some kind of mediator because sometimes citizens don't trust in the local authorities because it's very, like in Croatia, we are very high politically society, so everyone is seeing like what party you are or something. So when you have a mediator, it's more smoother to run a project like this. So after the this project, we established a local cooperative that is KLIK, and I'm a cooperative manager of our Križevci local cooperative. Citizens wanted, after this project, to show that we can drive the energy transition in our community, and we are now helping our citizens to invest in solar projects on their households. We are preparing them administration for the project development, for subsidies, national and also local. But we are also educating them about energy transition and using renewable technologies, and we are now trying to establish energy communities that are still very, very limited here, but we will find also some hybrid models to involve citizens in energy transition and some kind of energy communities that we can. So we also, for this purpose, we created an energy climate office as one-stop shop for renewable energy, and we will now develop this service on energy renovation, and everything that we are now doing in our community increase demand for solar equipment, resulting in new local businesses and new jobs in this field. So we have now like six companies that are working on solar equipment installation. We didn't have any 5 years ago. We have now 15 people working on this, and we didn't have any 5 years ago. So it was a project that triggered lots of things, not only citizens' investment in a solar power plant. So we have now lots of things that are connected to this project that are happening after that. So I would say that maybe the main lesson learned is that when you go with the one project, don't see it like a one project. See it like a chain reaction. Like we were very brave in this project because we did something that it wasn't regulated. So we make some kind of hybrid, but it made a chain reaction, and now we have lots of things that we can present and that are good in our community.